Hi guys! So, I am back for my, what is it now? I think 13 and 14 week update because I didn't do one last week because nothing really changed much. I just really didn't feel like filming. Let me double check. I think it's 13 and 14 weeks. App is slowly loading. Ah, there we go. Yes, I'm talking about my 13th and 14th week of pregnancy. Let me tell you about how big Monkey is right now. Let me find it out. So at the beginning of week 14, I'm almost at the end of it now actually. It says your baby is the size of a lemon. Ooh, that's pretty big. That kind of explains why my stomach's getting quite big now too. So this week's big developments, your baby can squint, frown, grimace, pee, and possibly suck her thumb. I don't know the gender yet, guys. The app just switches between him and her. That's why. And thanks to brain impulses, your baby's facial muscles are getting a workout as her tiny features form one expression after another. Though you can't feel her tiny punches and kicks yet, your little one's hands and feet are more flexible and active. Well, it's a very long one here. It says kidneys are producing urine, which she releases into the amniotic fluid around her, yada yada yada. Liver starts making bile this week. And the spleen starts helping in the production of red blood cells. Exciting stuff. And in other news, your baby's stretching out. From head to bottom, she measures nearly 9 centimeters. I can't find where's my ruler, but that's pretty long now, 9 centimeters. Wow. About as long as a lemon, and she weighs around 43 grams. Oh, it's so small and so light, so tiny. Her body's growing faster than her head, and she now has a more distinct neck. By the end of this week, your baby's arms will have grown to a length that's in proportion with the rest of her body. Yay, no more like strange little T-Rex hands. Her legs still have some catching up to do though. Alright, all over your baby's body, an ultrafine downy layer of hair called lanugo is starting to develop. So, that's being said, I am in my second trimester now, and with it, certain symptoms have definitely subsided, but other ones have sort of picked up a little bit. Where shall I start? So the nausea is gone, which is a relief because that was sort of the worst feeling before. Like, I guess I can't complain because I never actually threw up stuff, so it wasn't that big of a problem, and I wasn't so nauseous to the point that I needed medication, but it was just very, very uncomfortable instead. So, nausea has subsided immensely. I barely get any more, only when I smell certain foods and I'm like, but that's like a different thing. My skin started acting up again. So at the beginning of my second trimester, I noticed my skin started getting more breakouts. I don't know if you can see them very well, like I have some makeup on, so it's sort of covering it, but you know, it's just a part of pregnancy, and I've always been acne prone anyway, so it's just because I think when I read on the app, in my second trimester, there's a new set of hormones kicking in, so another chemical imbalance in my body leading to my skin breaking out. So, in terms of food, I still have strong aversions to meat. Fish is okay, but meat I can't handle still, like chicken maybe, beef, it's kind of iffy. I'm still craving a lot of fruits. Like, I love mandarins and oranges. Like, I'm so glad my dad gave me a whole bag full because he had extra, because my mom's out of town, so it's only him at home. He bought too many. So I got a lot of oranges, and that's been really good for this week. I've really been into apples lately too. I think it's just because they're juicy as well, and they're really easy and no peeling required. Yeah, the last 2 weeks have been really off. Like, today I'm feeling pretty good. But the last 2 weeks, I had a lot of down days where I just felt miserable. I didn't want to work. I was moody. I was angry. I was just sad, and it wasn't fun to deal with. I think I can still blame it on raging hormones though, right? Right? Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I weighed myself this morning too. So, pre-pregnancy, I was 107 pounds, about, and at the end of my 14 weeks now, I am, what was I? I was 112 pounds. So I've gained 5, although it feels like I've gained a lot more because my body just feels more sluggish and slow now, kind of thing. But yeah, I've gained weight. Oh Yeah, and I'm always getting, not always getting headaches, I can't say that. I get headaches when the weather is really terrible. If any of you live in Vancouver, remember in the past, was it 2-3 weeks, we had 2 days where it was a torrential downpour and just miserable. Like, just miserable completely. Like, one was on last Saturday, and one was a few weeks before where it was windy and cold. Yesterday wasn't so bad, it wasn't as windy and cold, so I didn't get a headache. But when it's really windy and very cold and rainy, I just get the worst headache for the entire day, and nothing helps it until I go to bed and wake up the next day. So that's been that. Shopping and clothes is really tricky. Yeah, because I don't really want to buy too many maternity clothes just because I'm only going to wear it for the next 6-7 months, like a little bit after I have baby obviously, but it's not going to be that long either. And my tops are generally okay, like I just wear like sort of stretchy t-shirt knits and cardigans, but it's the bottoms that are really tricky. Like, I used to go on rotation with my jeans. I had 5 pairs, so it's like no, one a day or just whenever I felt like it. But now, I kid you not, I can only fit 2 of them, and I can barely fit the 2 of them. Like, depending how I am that day, how bloated I feel sometimes, I can't do up the button. Or like right now I'm sitting down in my jeans, and it was okay when I sat on my chair, but sitting on the floor, I had to undo the button and zip down the zipper because it's just so tight and uncomfortable now. I'm at the point where I regularly have to loop my elastic through my buttonhole and then through again just to hold it in place, but to give me a little bit more extra breathing room. So I might need to invest in a pair of maternity pants soon, just because I know I'm not going to be able to go the entire next 4 months of when it's cold just in leggings. Other than that, nothing else has been changing that much. Like, my stomach is growing, I'll show you in a bit. Calvin and I are looking for a new apartment though now, because even though we love this place right now, like, we do love this apartment quite a bit, it's not going to be easy when we have a kid here. Like, the walls are so thin that we can hear our neighbor snoring. I think he's upstairs or downstairs. Like, we can literally hear him snoring at night. It's not super loud either, but we just hear the snoring. So imagine when you hear a baby crying, how disruptive that's going to be as well. And mostly because we live in like in the South Granville neighborhood, so it's still outside of downtown in the Vancouver side. And that's very far from our parents. Both our parents, majority of our family, our church are all in Burnaby because that's where we grew up when we were kids. So we're planning to move back into Burnaby. So we've been apartment hunting. Alright, so here I am at the end of my 14 weeks from the front. With this top you can't really tell because it is loose, and I bought it intentionally because it's loose. I should take this off so we can see a bit better. So, front, side. You know, you can't tell in this shirt. That's kind of nice. On the other side. But if I were to lift up my shirt, oh, hold on. I have my jeans buttoned up. I don't know why, but it's very uncomfortable right now. So, here is my 14-week baby bump. I don't know if I'd say I really popped yet. I think I'm just getting bigger, that's all. And on the other side. But I can definitely feel, I can definitely feel that my stomach is getting much bigger though, especially at the end of the day when I've eaten my meals and I'm just resting. I'm filming this in the morning right now, so my stomach is not huge because I haven't eaten a lot yet. But man, by the end of the day, it feels massive. Like, it's uncomfortable how big my stomach is getting. Just like carrying the weight and then having to maneuver a little bit more carefully. It's a very strange thing. So, thanks for checking in with me, guys, for my 13 and 14 week update. Should anything change drastically, I'll give you a 15-week update, but if not, maybe I'll lump the next 2 weeks together as well. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. Bye!